28, 26, 28, 17, 13, 28. It can happen to anybody.
Was it
anytime?
gun or guy?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't had checks. I just had a chance to. Again, I'm driving. She's chirping numbers. But but the other big news is Cumberland is a gunfighter. So first and second, this is I think the first time a gunfighter's ever won a major.
Wow.
First and second were gunfighters.
Wow.
All right.
God, that's a good looking crew you got there.
Wish I knew these guys.
Yeah, I do. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, trust me. It's not as sexy as it looks on the calendar, baby. A lot of it's makeup and blow drying. How many is a Brazilian? And Cal Raleigh. Oh, I don't want Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh, when I checked when I was downstairs, Cal Raleigh, the game was 1-1. Cal Raleigh had just tied it up with a freaking home run.
Wow.
So this is the guy that
Come
set the
on,
all-time record.
Mariners.
He broke Mantle by 6. He broke Mantle's record by 6. No catcher's ever hit more than 48. He hit 60. He was hitting 444 prior to cracking a home run.
Good on him.
Seattle 2-1. Man, they've never won one.
Well, I don't think they will, but those two off-brand teams scare me.
The Brewers and
the
the
Brewers
Mariners.
and the Blue Jays.
Well, the Blue Jays have got Vlad Guerrero, so that's kind of a known quantity.
Yeah.
When he hit the grand slam, I want to say it was in the last game that they played, the playoff game against the Yankees. Watching his swing, I don't think I have ever seen faster bat speed. Honest to God, I don't think I've ever seen. I mean, that guy, if he hit it, it was gone. And my God. And we've seen some pretty good players in our time. That was just the most amazing thing I ever saw.
Well, before Ohtani went beyond ice cold, he hit a line drive that I'm pretty sure went through the legs of the first baseman and then
Still
went over
climbing.
the fence. There was one.
That is a big boy.
There was one that he hit. It was just it was like 117 miles an hour.
You weren't going to field that anyway.
No.
You weren't, and if you did,
You put a hole through your glove. You're not even a catcher's glove stopping that one.
man, yeah, those guys are playing with different rules, huh?
Oh man.
Jeez, but Ohtani is fascinating to me. I mean, who doesn't love great baseball? But the game has never seen that combination of speed and power. Oh, and then he pitches really well.
Yeah, although he's got to get back on track, man. Oh man.
I mean, maybe it's just a little fatigue. Hopefully he comes back and has a little rest because you play him like a dog.
There is a school of thought, especially in sports medicine. It's really tough for Midwestern and Southern teams to win because they play half their games at home. And if you're playing in St. Louis or Arlington, you're dying out there. And these guys literally lose 8, 10, 12, 14 pounds of body weight over the course of a season. So Ohtani's playing here in Los Angeles. I don't think there's a better place to try and keep going, although we all know what a grind that is.
Yeah.
It's not like football.
Bless
Take
you.
nothing away from those big bruisers. This you don't get a week off to heal. You got to go out and do this every day, and sometimes twice a day.
Yeah, but then you look at Cal Ripken, who did this every day for almost 20 years at shortstop, and Ohtani's just sitting and hitting.
Yeah.
I liked Ripken's. People said that's amazing the record that you set. He says, I am an athlete in the prime of my life with every training aid and nutritional substance known to man. How hard can it be to go into work every day? Right?
Yeah.
So self-effacing, you respect that, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah, sitting then hitting. That's not really all that harsh.
Which is why I think Raleigh gets the MVP over Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge makes 220 plays in the course of a season. Good fielding percentage this year, by the way. Raleigh takes 18,000 squatting.
That's why they call those things the tools of ignorance.
Have you ever caught a game? At some point, nobody pinned the game.
No,
I did about
flat
3.
out refused.
Yeah, I did a few.
I did about 3. You know what my first takeaway is? It really hurts.
Yeah, every part of it.
I mean, you're getting rocks under your armor, balls are coming up and hitting you in the shoulder, bats are wanging off. Oh my God! Yeah.
Even as a Filipino who does the Filipino squat throughout my whole entire life.
How are your thighs?
Oh, sick. But even my body was just like, dude, you're not meant for this. I come out of a game like, this is not comfortable for anyone.
I was an infielder, so I played third base for a long time, and then when my arm said can't do this throw, I moved over to second, and then when my arm said can't turn 2 anymore, I went over to first, and that's where I ended up.
Roll it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was one of the lanky kids, so that I was first and third throughout the start. But then I had good movement, so short and second until I finished up.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're up.
What's that?
7:02. We're on time. Go get that up there.
Don't forget, turn the phones down.
All the way down. Hey everyone, good to see you. Good to see you.
The answer. It's time for us to unite and come together.
Melissa, Weedy, Big Jake. Hey Mom.
This live program
All
is
right,
we go.
going.
by the Gunslinger shops.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Gunslingers Radio Raw.
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
From San Diego to San Francisco, from LA to Phoenix to Vegas, we are on the air.
Yes, we are. We're all over the world through the internet. We're on YouTube, X, Rumble, and Facebook Live. So if you want to jump on, catch us live, jump in on any of those platforms, put your questions or comments down below. We'll be all over them, taking them all and answering them all.
That's right. And
Let's go.
this is a live show. That
Live
means
show.
that we do have a telephone, and it's on. Jimmy, what's that number?
You guys are going to want to call in. It's 866-870-5752. Once again, 866-870-5752.
Wait, one more time?
What?
That number is 866-870-5752.
All right.
Again, 866-870-5752.
All right.
The
We got to edit that
classic.
part out where I start to interrupt him.
What was that again?
Well, I didn't expect him to do it twice, so I started to say something. Oops, I better shut up. Okay, well, it's been a week, huh?
Sure has.
Yeah.
A more interesting week for some of us than others.
Yeah, I'll
Good
get
week
to
for
I'll
us.
get to that in a little bit. I got a couple of announcements I got to make. Oh, we'll make it in the next segment. Rick from the CRPA won't be in with us this week because he has nothing bad finally, but he had some family come in from out of town, so he's going to stay home and go to dinner with them.
God bless you, Rick. Have a good time with your family.
Absolutely.
Family
So
first.
yeah, he'll be back next week, and we'll get into all of that in the next segment. But this week at Gunslingers, we're still shipping stuff out. We're just about done with the in-house paperwork. I mean,
Boy.
I've got a stack, and I'm not kidding. Well, you can't see this on the radio, but the guys online, it's well over a foot deep of paperwork.
Just paperwork.
Yeah, that we've had to do over the last couple of
This
weeks.
is part of California's ecological save the trees
Yeah,
process.
right?
Oh,
Isn't it?
yeah.
Going
Paper
green.
free.
Oh yeah, and speaking of California, of course, our esteemed greasy governor signed all
Oh, yeah.
three bills.
did.
So
Surprise.
Glocks are going to go away, guys. Way to go! And we had one gun a month, and the Ninth Circuit said, no, this is not right. You can't do this. So they came back with three guns
Three.
a month. Why?
That's the magic number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're idiots.
When they
And-
lose this one, what are they going to bump it up to next?
Yeah, and
only
again,
four.
this is excremento at its finest, doing what nobody wants, nobody needs. So let's just make it a law. Let's spend a ton of dough and screw everybody's lives up. And like I always say, this is what they're doing, and we're armed, guys. Could you imagine what they'd be doing if we weren't?
I think you have a pretty good idea when you see what's taking place in Australia, when you see what's taking place in France and England.
Yeah.
Fallen empires.
Yeah, so very frustrating. Everybody's asking him about the December catalog. Of course, the next auction is December 13th, which is still miles away, but it'll
Oh,
be here
boy.
before you can
Around
say,
the corner.
Hey, howdy doody. And so middle of November, we'll get that catalog up. We're moving right along. I heard yesterday they were into the 360s.
Gee, that's more than half.
No. I think we tried to cut it down somewhere between 6 and 650 this time.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Yeah, you keep saying that.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
I know. And then somebody shows up, and I just can't say no.
749 or
Yeah,
750.
yeah.
So the game plan is bat your eyes and
Yeah.
wave something tasty from the First World War.
Well, get this. This came in. We got in a SIG P210-2.
Those of you who are curious about it, P210 is one of the most accurate service pistols ever made.
It comes in a real nice attaché case with 10 magazines and a 22 conversion unit.
Oh,
I don't believe I've ever seen one of those.
I hadn't until I saw this one, but we got that in. That's going to be in December.
Dude, the
See,
mags.
that's how you do it.
Yeah.
The mags only for the standard, or they have a
Well,
mix?
it's a total of 10. I think there's 2 that are 22 and 8 that are 9 millimeter.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and
If you weren't afraid to shoot it, that's a great training aid.
yeah,
If you weren't afraid to shoot it.
yeah, because I looked it up and I've seen them this set go anywhere from 8 to 10,000. So
I'm taking that right out to the range.
right,
Yeah, first thing out.
Yeah,
Chuck
so-
that sucker in the back of the pickup truck, let it rattle around.
Yeah, and of course, we've been getting in Colt single actions, and just stuff has been coming in like crazy. Of course, right now we're booking for February. I've been getting lots of phone calls and people calling. I just said that. People coming in asking about how does the auction work and so on and so forth. And we'll dabble
Take a
into
minute
that. Yeah.
and break that down for people that are new.
How the auction works is, see, if you take any guns to a gun dealer, you have to understand that a gun dealer's got to make money on them. So usually the offer is going to be about 50 cents on the dollar. Okay, but if you bring them in and consign them, you'll get more money. But here's the rub: you bring them, say, 25 firearms. Well, your best guns are going to go. You're going to get cherry picked right away, and then the rest are going to take forever.
Might be gathering a little bit of dust.
Well, if you recall, before COVID, about a month before the COVID craziness, I went through and did an inventory, and it was, I think, 502 guns that we had in stock at the Glendora store. And some of those had been there for a decade.
Yeah.
The one, of course, that we all got the biggest kick. Yeah, it's a Marlin goose gun.
Uh-huh.
Now this is
the bolt action.
Hey guys, no Rick tonight. Thank you. Okay, this is it's a 36-inch barrel.
That will not fit in some rooms.
12 gauge bolt action. I mean, this is just, and we'd had that thing since
1990s.
Well, yeah, since Santa had a goatee.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and it was just it had about a half a pound of dust on it. And
Dust and rust.
Those things tend to sit in storerooms and stuff. There's not a lot of goose hunting taking place here in Southern California.
And it's sold because we got down to literally we had one handgun left.
Oh, yeah.
No long guns whatsoever. So somebody actually bought that. And if I recall, it was an Asian woman about 5'2".
Actually, it was a couple of Middle Eastern.
Was that what it
Middle
was?
Eastern couple, and they were like, "We'll take it.
Whatever
Just
you
make
got."
sure you clean it."
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess you open that bolt and blow into the barrel. Yeah. It's going to be about 2 pounds of dust exploding
And
into
some
the air.
very annoyed spiders.
Yeah.
Life was good.
I tell
We
you
had a little
what.
competition for a while who were trying to get that thing out the store, and we had to wait till the blessing of COVID. I guess.
Yeah.
By the way, isn't it curious that there's an old Russian saying, in times of crisis, man remembers God. And isn't it very, very interesting that no matter how anti-firearm people are, when things start going really, really south, all of a sudden all those laws and stuff seem kind of really silly. And
All of the sudden.
and we had one of the biggest cursing outs I got for not just giving them the firearm, making them wait 10 days.
Oh, yeah.
Was from a judge.
Oh, yeah.
He was so mad. Hey, I'm a judge, damn it! I
How
can do it."
dare you.
Yeah, and it's like, sir, I'm sorry, but
We are standing behind a fortress of paperwork.
Well, yeah, and when I told him ignorance of the law does not exempt you from the law,
Yes.
I thought he was going to spurt. Yeah. You remember scanners? Pop!
Defibrillator on aisle 3.
It was pretty bad. He was not a happy camper. He was going to call the mayor and the police chief, and it's like, hey, they were here an hour ago. Feel free.
Who was he, Judge Dredd? He's like, I'm above the law.
Yeah.
They were buying big themselves.
Yeah, so
that's great.
It was pretty ridiculous, but yeah, and people were so mad. Oh, you know what? We
jump
ran
in.
long. Let's get to Richard at the airport. What's going on, Richard?
Good evening, you supernatural gunslinger.
Thank you.
We're getting close. We're getting close to the Halloween.
Well, there you go.
We are.
What can we do for you tonight?
I want to know what is the advantage of using black powder? You guys load your own ammo, right?
We do. Uh-huh.
And what do you prefer? What would be your preference in powder?
Smokeless, 100 times.
Black powder is very antiquated, and it is such a pain in the rear.
Yeah. I love it when other people do it.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
It's kind of like other people's kids. It's like, yeah, because I don't got to take them home and clean them. So I absolutely no problem with other people shooting it. Not a chance with me.
Among the many challenges, black powder is incredibly hygroscopic, and that means it wants to start attracting rust the moment you touch the trigger.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can't go with smokeless powder. You could shoot, throw the stuff in the back of the truck, clean it every 500 rounds or something. Black powder, you got to go now.
Yeah,
and if you forget,
and
you'll pay.
If you've never taken a side-by-side shotgun, opened it up and run the ram down it from the back
from
side,
a black powder gun,
it looks like some. How do you say
hazool
giant turd without
that
saying
comes
giant
out
turd?
is- it's
It's just this huge
flat, greasy,
of melted
oiled-
plastic it's just horrendous.
Not big fans here.
No.
We're both glad that other people do it.
Yeah, I have no problem with others doing it. Just ain't
Thank
going to
you for
happen
doing
here.
it.
Okay, but is there any advantage to black powder?
I think we went through the advantages.
Yeah, no, there's absolutely not.
You know what? I'll give you
one.
this. It looks cool.
Yeah.
It sounds cool. And if you're using old black powder era cases, which still exist today, black powder is easy to load because you fill the case up, put a bullet on top,
Yeah.
crimp it shut, and you're done.
Boom.
So there's no recipe. You just fill the case.
Yeah, pretty much that's it.
Okay, so you prefer the smokeless powder.
100%. Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty. Quick, give us your joke. We got 1 minute left.
Okay, Halloween's coming up, and what would you say about a person who's walking around in a cemetery at night, and that cemetery has a lot of open crypts? What would you say about that?
1 foot in the grave.
Open for business.
They made a grave mistake.
Well, he's in grave danger.
Oh. Richard, as always, thanks. We'll talk to you next week.
God bless you, Richard.
See you then.
Bye-bye.
You bet.
All right, guys, you're listening to Gunslingers. Quick, what's the number?
866-870-5752. Again, 866-870-5752.
We're relying on you to give us a call. We'll be back right after this.
Yes, we will.
There you go. Granny from Beverly Hills could handle a goose gun.
Yeah, right. Good job, Kirk.
I think she used a goose gun, didn't she?
It was probably one of those marlins. You bump into them again. It's not a California thing. You bump into once in a while. They're hysterical. I mean, they're like
they're
from
just,
the wall to here.
And
how long?
It's 36 inches.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone on Rumble,
you
Kirk,
could use it as an oar.
MP Stig, C-Note, Rick, great to Hendo.
Want to do something
Mark,
like, what is your
great to see you
favorite
guys.
firearm and why? Throw it out to the house. Get some.
Yeah, we could do something like that.
In a cannon, it's cool. Big smoke cloud. Yeah, black powder. Combat black powder gives up your position.
Yeah.
Yes, if you're going to combat with black powder,
There's not really any upside to it. I'm sorry.
it does have its own category in cowboy action shooting.
Gun auction December 13th. That's gunslingerauctions.com. Everybody, that's gunslingerauctions.com.
Bad moon horizon. I'll see trouble on the way. I hear earthquakes and lightning. Ooh, that's up there. That guy
it
gets
is.
such a crazy voice.
I do not
go up.
tonight.
Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
Okay, so as I said in the last statement, I'm having a few health issues. So I'm on call for an operation that I'm going to have to do, unfortunately. So hopefully it's this week, and if that's the case, this is what I've got lined up for you guys. So what we're going to do is the first week, if I'm likely not going to be here for the first week, so I got the one and only Leon the Motorman and George will come in, and you guys are going to do a Motor Slingers, and I'll probably be hired in a kite somewhere.
Oh.
So so that's going to happen on that week. If I have to miss a second week, then Rick from the CRPA is going to fill in for me, and there's no way I'm missing 3 weeks because I know me.
Ain't going to happen.
Your walker, crutches, cane.
Yeah, well, I'm just, I had to stay one day home this week, and by noon I was crawling up the walls.
Breaking
I could
out.
barely stand it.
So anyone got any extra prayers or great thoughts, send them over to Jeff's way. Go ahead and let him know that you're thinking and praying.
I won't turn them down. Let's put it that way, because this is a little unnerving. But what are you going to do? Part of getting old, I guess.
Oh, I'm not going to do it.
Anyways, I wish I had that option. Damn it! So that's that. So again, we'll have. I had already talked to Leon earlier in the week about having him and George come on and doing another. We were going to do something in November, but maybe we'll do it a little sooner. And Leon, if you're out there, I got some news on a couple of my cars. Maybe you can give us a call.
Oh, yeah.
But in the meantime, Jimmy, what's that number?
You guys call in. We have time. We have the time. 866-870-5752. Once again, 866-870-5752.
Got some good wishes coming down the line on social media, and a couple of questions for you. One was, do you have any 10mm Glocks at the store?
I don't think so. And
I was going to tell him call the Azusa shop.
Yeah, call the Azusa shop. I know we don't have any. That's a Model 20.
Yeah.
I don't think we have anything in the auction right now. We have a couple of Glocks that we will be selling, but if in December, but nothing. I don't think any of them are Model 20s.
It's such a kind of odd find sometimes, because it would sit there for a bit, but then you'd find someone who was really looking for it. I love that 10.
And the guy that wants that
Well,
Really wants that.
it's a recoil intensive
Oh yeah.
round, and then when you put it in that lightweight handgun, it's
It'll get your attention on both ends.
You
It's a
usually
hand- it's a
get a
handful.
grizzly bear of a man picking it up. So yeah, good on them.
Yeah.
I am a big fan, as you know. I'm a big fan of the caliber. I know you're not crazy about it. The way some loadings are, a lot of loadings are, they're kind of a slightly warm 40 Smith and Wesson load. I mean, but you can
Yeah.
load that thing, as you well know.
Well,
the
and
41 Magnum.
you know you have to be careful saying slightly, because last week on the show we talked about the trench gun, of course, the Model
Yes.
97, and we were talking about I couldn't remember, was it 8 or 9 pellets, and I said they're basically the size of a 9mm, and boy, oh boy, I have never seen so many experts in my life.
They're actually 33 caliber, which
Well,
is not quite.
This morning I had checked it, and it has 45,000 views, and it's probably half that many comments. Explaining that apparently this. Not the pellets of a double-aught buck range anywhere, according to the experts, anywhere from 7.62 or 30 caliber up to 380,
Which would be your 9mm.
But yeah, basically, and but they're half the weight, and they don't go as fast. And then somebody posted a picture of a box that had all the
Different pellet sizes.
it had the size, it had the velocity,
Yeah.
and it was like 1325. And I don't know, but I don't know that a 9mm goes out at 1325.
No, and
pretty
and
hot.
hot buck, like the police or the military uses,
Yeah.
more like 1,500
Yeah.
Yeah,
feet per second.
and oddly enough, guys. Especially, this goes to the guy that called me a moron, by the way. Yeah, this is a radio show. This isn't precise, exact. We're not up here with calipers. I mean, we're making some generalizations. So get the F over it.
This
okay?
is not the Discovery Channel. This is not TLC.
And this is off the cuff talking. I mean,
We're generalizing over here.
I tell you what, when you're ready to do your show, let us know, because we're tuned in, and I'll get out my calipers and micrometers, and we'll double check your work.
I can see all of them behind their keyboards just adjusting glasses.
Oh,
actually,
they're probably in a tizzy right now, But anyway,
call me out. Yeah, but you know what? Hey, good on you for having that type of intricate knowledge on it and all that. We are
we do
generalizing. It's learning every day, right? Learning every day. That's what we do.
yeah.
And if we ever drop the ball politely, because we're fact-based.
I have no problem with polite.
Right.
But
Right.
when you start calling
Politely.
people names, it's like, hey, you know what?
Get off yourself.
Don't know me from Adam, brother.
I don't work as a Walmart greeter. I'm actually in the gun business. So, maybe you should back up just a little bit there, Sparky.
You got a little bit under your belt.
Yeah. So, any which way. All right. Let's get to Mark in Woodland Hills.
Hey,
There you are.
Mark.
What's up, Mark?
Hey, good evening, everybody, and we wish you the best of luck with that gender reassignment surgery.
Hey, you're a funny guy when you do back in Boys Town, huh?
I have a brief comment, question, and solution. I'm concerned about the trend of our young adults not being acculturated with the importance of our Second Amendment. And my question is, I ask, are there any Second Amendment advocacy groups that are currently effectively mentoring the youth in scale of numbers, and about how the responsible party with firearms assures the benefits of the Constitution? And my solution is, patriots need to go where the leftists went, and that's the middle schools and the high schools where gun clubs existed in my day. They should be allowed to have on-site school meetings and off-site practice, and we should stress the course safety initially and the camaraderie of this essential life skill. My ending here is I would love to see class action suits to regain access to the leftist indoctrination camps we call schools.
Absolutely.
I'm right there with you. And, even more than what you're talking about, shop classes.
Yeah.
I've been yelling for years that shop classes need to come back.
Get kids engineering and actually touch touching.
No, that's toxic masculinity.
Oh, the most
fixing
toxic.
stuff. That's got to stop.
If it weren't for shop class and PE, I never would have got it through high school.
no.
So
Call us.
I wonder what the conservative broadcasters of our past would think. Like Joe Pine that I grew up on, and Morton Downey Jr., and well, even Wally George, to get that message out there. And right now, the airwaves on TV are just totally dominated by the wokesters.
I know, and that's another thing I've been saying for years is, well, why can't President Trump and some other, because he knows every billionaire in the United States, obviously. That's what the left keeps telling him. Anybody smell something burning?
I do smell something burning. Maybe someone's microwaving something and it's creeping over.
Is somebody sparking one up? Then bring it in here. Yeah. Anyway,
I'm sure we all of us miss Rick not coming in this week. I remember last week he said something about how you can't have CCW, firearms, etc. They're restricted from places that in California that have alcohol.
Serve alcohol, yes.
Well, in the free state of Florida, my other place, it is only restricted to those establishments that where booze is 50% of the sales or more. So what this really does is it restricts it from bars, not just cafes, and in these so-called gun-free zones. I like the way he called it sensitive places. I hear that almost every night.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what I was talking about is how come we can't get some billionaires to get together and buy one of the three channels, ABC, NBC, or CBS?
Yeah, one of the majors.
And then make it a real television station.
Generate
again.
common sense broadcasting.
Yeah, with real news and not the pablum that they force on us now. I mean, I think this would be an outstanding way to bring this country back.
You gotta. People have to stop watching that garbage and affect them where it hurts in the pockets. Advertisers want to be there.
Lots of people cannot afford cable, so they watch the 2, 4, 7, 5, 11. And if we could get a real station on there again with real news, I think that would spin this country on its ear.
Oh yeah, get some truth back.
Your Fox is not your friend. I've told everybody I know that for years.
Yeah.
They're not even run by Americans. Okay.
No, that's true. So, anyway, Mark, we got to go. Thanks for the call as
God
always.
bless you, Mark.
All right, guys. God bless y'all.
Thank you, sir.
too,
Talk to
sir.
you later. Gender reassignment.
Oh man, he came in hot.
I got you gender reassignment ready. All right.
Boy,
I tell you what. You're listening to Gunslingers. I don't know where I'm going with that.
yeah, we are.
Yeah, we'll be back in a minute.
Out there while we got the interweb.
Is burning.
I think that might be worth poking a head outside the door. Because if we're going to go up in flames, I would like to have a running head
It
start.
smells like somebody lit a match.
So Weedy says black powder is fun. And we both agree. For you,
Yep.
it is great fun. Weedy.
Absolutely. Luigi, you do it as long as you like.
Man.
And I'll be happy to stand there and watch and cheer you on.
Eric Peterson's having a birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, sir.
to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Eric. Happy birthday to you.
Did we both go for a harmony at the same time? There's a song in there somewhere. Well, we appreciate you sticking around to listen to us on your birthday.
Well, what better place could you be? Well, let's see. Clearman's.
Yep.
You smell that? It smells like a match.
Are we going up here?
So far, Adam. There's no red glow coming from the processors.
Yeah, it doesn't smell like burning
There's
wire.
more place.
Yeah.
Jimmy, did you put your cigar out in the trash can again? Einstein used to do that a lot. You and Einstein, man.
We're like that. We both got cool hair.
No,
Yeah, I know.
It's
Throw
definitely,
match in
you
the
can
fire?
smell it.
no, I can't personally, but I haven't been able to smell anything since
Shake the door a
1983.
couple of times, Jim.
I kind of lost my nasal capacity in the 80s, so
Chemical burns. How did you get them there?
I was working with some chemicals in a little white pouch.
Working with? Or,
Working on.
yeah, I say enjoying.
There you go.
Taking in.
There you go.
It smells like it's only in here.
Bizarre.
Oh, great. how are 38 357 revolvers doing at auction? That's a fair question. Do those things kind of go up and go down and go up and go down?
They're like buying General Electric stock.
They're always good. They're always safe.
They're not a big jumper, but they just never stop going up. Smith and Wessons, the early, like the pin barrels, early ones, as long as they're in excellent condition. Used to be $500-600. Now they're $900,000, $1,200. Yep. So.
There are still virtues to the revolver.
I love revolvers.
The original point and click.
Yeah.
Honestly, yes. And at 2:00 in the morning, when a blanket of sleep gets a bucket of adrenaline tossed over it, and you're all point, squeeze, repeat if necessary.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
Big
magazines,
Med's birthday.
safeties, magazine
Yeah, that's
safeties.
Oh, cool. I just saw that come up right now. I wasn't. I was tracking down the burn-in. A Hawkins 50 caliber is fun with gunpowder. In fact, when members of our family, including our dogs, pass away, we spread ashes in their sacred spot. The Hawkins 50 caliber comes out.
That's cool.
That's a way to commemorate.
One of my questions is always going to be, what is your rate of fire? One of my first firearms was building a kit. Myself and a buddy built the CVA kits when I was a kid.
I know them
and
well.
I think you shoot like 12 rounds for the afternoon.
Yeah.
And be done.
Yeah.
Who fired up the doobie in the studio? Thanks, Doug.
Yeah, right? What do you think of my shirt? Can you read it? My offer is this. Nothing.
Just got my package from Track of the Wolf, 45, 50, 54, and 62 cal.
Ooh.
Bore brushes, musket cap nipples.
It seems like a black powder night, and it smells like black powder in here.
know.
Oh, it does. It kind of does. A little less so
Happy
for us.
birthday.
Pencil barrel and thick barrel for your revolvers.
Ma, I miss you. Remember, I'll always be true. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. Welcome back, everybody. God, I love that song.
That's so good.
Cool, too.
Lennon on that little 360 Rickenbacker.
Yeah.
Man, he is cooking on that.
The whole machine gun the whole way, man.
Yeah, the entire song. Yeah, it's just amazing. People used to knock him about not being a good guitar player, and his response was, yeah, but I've played on an awful lot of number ones.
Right?
It's like, take that.
Yeah, there's some holes in your game, so you only outsold, every other band in history.
Yeah. So
Quick question from Kirk online.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yes.
Pencil barrel or thick barrel and revolver?
Ooh, it depends on what you're doing with it. I mean, if you're collecting pencil, for sure, because they're going to be older and they're going to be worth more. If I'm going to go out and try and target shoot or I'm not goofing around, I don't want to eat so much recoil. I'm going to go with a heavier, like a GP 100 Ruger or something along those lines. Yeah, I have owned so many pythons over the years, and do you know I've only ever shot one of them? I mean, I've had 2-inch, 3-inch, 8-inch. The only python I have never owned, and I have actually, believe it or not, in 28 years of being in this business, I've never even seen one, is they made a python in 22.
Oh.
And I've never even seen
Not
one.
even through the auction. Never crawled through.
Never had one, because I'd have bought it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Complete the collection.
As you know, I've got so many 22. I can't even tell you how many 22s I own, and I shoot every one of
22s
them.
are great.
Absolutely love them. They're just fantastic. You have to worry about brass. You just empty it out and go. And
A question for you. Why? Obviously, you shoot revolvers quite a lot. You shoot a lot. But what was it about the python that did not make you want to shoot it?
it's just too expensive.
Okay, that's part of it.
Yeah, and
How about that grip?
They're a little large.
I don't want to spike the value of the gun, but I'm right there with you. That's why I asked.
First thing that came to mind.
They're a little awkward.
large, and even the one that I did shoot, I put 38s in it. It was a 6-inch, and it had some mileage on it. And I thought, I'll give it a try. And very smooth action. This is an older. This is a T prefix, so probably late 50s, early 60s, something in there.
Golden era gun.
Yeah, and it shot well, but it didn't do much for me. And to be honest, I've shot Smith & Wesson. My favorite Smith & Wesson is the 27, the Highway Patrolman. Absolutely
big gun.
Yeah, and another big grip, but for some reason it fits me well.
Yeah.
And
Colt and Smith & Wesson definitely has a whole different grip thing going on.
Yeah,
and if one fits you, the other might not.
Well, we were out. Me and Scott were out one day up at West End shooting on a Monday, and buddy of mine I was going to go golfing with the next day, always heckling me about shoot golf balls, see how they go. So I threw one out, and I had my Model 27. I have a 4-inch that I like to shoot, and I tossed it out, and it rolled out. I want to say, 15, 20 feet. It wasn't real far out there. First shot,
until
dead center. Yeah, and that thing, it took me 20 minutes to find it because it launched about 100 and something yards, and I had to go find it. It was, and I had dead center on it, and so that's your Model 27.
That's one way to play golf.
The highway.
I know I got another question about that 22, that Python. Why do you think it's so scarce? Do you think it's because it's manufactured in low numbers, or it's so popular?
It's really not. There was a couple of things that kind of drove the price for a while. COVID made everything silly.
Yeah.
And then there was some TV show that they were using a Python, which is odd because if you ever really look back in like the 80s and 90s, almost every guy you saw on every movie and TV show was using a Python.
Yeah.
So somebody somewhere had a pile of these things.
It was a glamour gun.
Yeah, and it was one of these goofy zombie shows, and somebody was carrying a python in it. And,
yes.
And that kind of made and then
reignited the interest.
And as soon as you tell Americans, you can't have this,
want it,
they want 10,
need it.
Yeah, it's like, I didn't want one before, but now I got 15 of them. It's like, okay, because you remember the Snake Eyes set?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a set of pythons, and what are they? Is it 2, 4, and 6? I can't remember now. I think it's a 3.
The 3 wasn't part of it.
And they very commonly used to go for $4,000 to $5,000 for the 3, and now I think they're 20.
Jeez.
So they've really come a long way. Let's get to Jim in Valencia. What's going on, Jim?
Evening, Jim.
Oh, hey, guys. I was listening a couple of weeks ago, and you said you guys auction other things besides firearms.
That's true.
I have some movie memorabilia, sort of. I mean, I had a guy who I traded some work for, and he gave me 2 Maltese Falcons cast from the original mold. And I want to sell those.
Well, here's
the problem. Something I could sell on your.
Well, here's the problem, Jim. Whoever did the ones that you have sells them on eBay for like $79. I have one sitting on my desk.
My dad won one.
Yeah, there you go. They're
this one is exactly the same as the one from the movie.
Well,
I mean, it's exact.
I tell you what, bring it down to the shop, and we'll run it by this one I have on my desk, and we'll see if there's much difference.
If you have any paperwork or anything that goes with it that can authenticate
it, yeah.
Provenance, baby.
Yeah.
It sells better with a letter.
I can't tell you, we have sold tons of movie memorabilia. We had a Gatling gun that was used in The Last Samurai that we sold years ago. I've sold some Glocks that Arnold Schwarzenegger used in Terminator 2. We had Cary Grant's Model 3200 some time ago. We had a Clark Gable Model 12, which is kind of comical because he's actually on record as stating he hated the Model 12. And this was a 4-barreled set Model 12.
Wow.
So we've had a lot of Hollywood stuff come through over the years. But bring them in. Go ahead.
I also have a U.S. flag from the Spanish-American War that flew on Kettle Hill in Cuba.
Do you have any document stating this?
Just my grandfather's letter.
Oh, well,
if it's original cloth, that's going to have some value.
yeah. I mean, bring
And
it
the
in.
right number of stars.
We've sold lots of stuff like that over the years. We've sold lots of Japanese flags, German flags, American flags. I think the oldest one we had was the it was like from 1780 something. So it has a market.
Absolutely.
Well, okay, I just so I need to come down and bring it down.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Thanks for the call.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And if you've got Teddy Roosevelt's autograph on that flag, because Kettle Hill was the hill they really charged up, not San Juan.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, we take and then the auctions, especially if it's in the wheelhouse of firearms or anything. We'll take it all and we'll make sure that
I always tell people if it can go in your man cave, we got a market for it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a real good metric.
Yeah, so there you go. Anything that fits along those lines.
So you got a 2-inch 38 right next to your Maltese Falcon, and behind under a shadow box would be your flag from the Spanish American War.
There you go. Yeah, my buddy, you met Kurt. Kurt gave me a Maltese Falcon 5 years ago or so. I was so jazzed. I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. I put it on my desk, and it was, it's still sitting there to this day.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got a couple of little Helms trucks that John and Annie gave me. I've got a couple of Dodger. Vin Scully's microphone from the retirement night, and then and of course a ton of pictures of the grandkids.
Yeah, you need them.
Yeah, so that's basically my office. Let's get to Rick and Redondo. Rick, what can we do for you, sir?
Good evening, Rick.
Hi there, guys. I called in last week and mentioned that I had filled out a form for Bureau of Firearms for California.
Yes.
Well, I wasn't. I didn't have all the facts in my head at that during that call, so I looked it up in the meantime.
Thank you.
And what I have is I found on California Department of Justice website their form number, what they call BOF, obviously Bureau of Firearms, 053. So that's BOF 053 is the Automated Firearms System Request for Firearm Records.
Very good. All right.
So, yeah, you can fill it out online. It's a PDF, and it does not require any kind of money to be sent along with it. You just give a copy of your California ID, your driver's license.
I have a feeling after tomorrow they might.
Yeah.
Because I bet a whole bunch of people listening to the show are going to be doing it.
Find out how deep those hooks are, right?
Yeah, boy.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thanks.
You got it.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, real fast, I wanted to thank. I saw we had a big jump in listeners and watchers online and all that. I want to thank everyone that's brand new to the show, has been joining us just recently. Want to thank you guys for coming in and put it down in the comments on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, or X, and let us know if this is one of your first shows or you just got in. And thank you to everyone that's been watching. Got our regulars in there. You guys are the best. You guys make the comments so good. But thank you guys. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to all those new viewers and listeners because it's really awesome.
We sure appreciate it. And you know what? We have a line open now. What's the number, Jim?
Yeah, you guys call in 866-870-5752.
All right, give us a call. We got Kim in San Diego, but Kim, we're coming up on a break, so we're going to get you after the break. That way we don't have to cut you short. What else is going on? Well, I said I'd talk real quick about the auction. I got 2 minutes here. So basically what happens, as I was saying, if you take a gun into a dealer, they're going to have to lowball you because it's just the nature of the beast. Yeah. Same thing if you take a car into a car dealer, they're going to lowball you.
Yeah, they get them at what is known as cost.
Yeah. So, that's how that works. If you bring them in on consignment, your best stuff is going to go right away and the rest of your stuff is going to sit there forever. Yep. But if you bring them into auction, we become partners, and the more you make, the more I make. So it behooves me to try and sell your items for as much as I possibly can, because the more you're getting, the more I'm getting out of it. So, we do get a commission fee. That's always negotiable. Nothing is set in stone. The more you have or the more expensive you have, of course, the commission will go, Can
I add one thing to that? And that is, when you lay a firearm on a shelf or anything on a shelf, people will look at it and they decide if they want to pay that amount or not, right? Mm-hmm. There is a level of excitement at an auction that really does tend to benefit that.
Well, I was told at auctioneer school that the reason that you go, all right, here we go, chickadee, 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 chickadee.
It's the build.
It's the sound of a train leaving
Gathering.
the station.
Yeah.
And you're in a hurry. All right, here we go. 200 now, 2.25, 2.25, 2.25, 2.5, 275, 5, 75, 75 now to be 300 now, 300, 300, 300.
Now it's looking further and further away.
Yeah,
I
it's
need
like,
to catch it.
I better get on that train. That's the whole reason why we do it that way. All right, guys, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And this is a short break, and we'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
I love this song.
Oh my God!
Oh, yeah.
Christopher in L.A., grain of a bullet in, comma, in and out. I don't know what that means.
Oh, does it weigh the same
After
it's been fired?
Well, it's going to get shaved a little bit going down the barrel, but I can't.
I don't
That's
know
going to
if
be
that's the
so
question.
slight.
Minute.
Yeah.
And if it's jacketed, very slight.
Well, I tell you what, Chris, if we can't answer it, I'm sure the guys on the internet are going to know.
Oh, yeah.
Because they know everything.
Every state in now over Europe. We literally have thousands of bidders every auction. We offer finder's pieces.
I've got a Walt Disney autographed vintage copy of Lady and the Tramp. Huh? That's cool.
What is it?
Melissa saying, I've got a Walt Disney autographed Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, as a kid, that was one of my favorite movies. The Capri Theater played it like every
You
weekend.
just like the
10
spaghetti
years.
part.
Yeah. Want you to want me. I need you to need me. I love you to love me. I'm begging you to beg me. Welcome back, everybody. I hate cutting off some songs.
I know.
That's another one. I love that tune. All right, welcome back. As promised, let's get to Kim out in San Diego. Kim, how can we help you?
Evening, Kim.
Hello, good evening. I have a question about the Glock ban.
Mm-hmm.
Does that affect private party transfers or anything in the auction?
I don't know yet. I only know that they're banning them, and so I don't know what. There is a bazillion Glocks already in California,
right.
And are they going to tell us that we can't
have them, own them?
Can't do commerce with them? It makes no sense. And I understand that it starts January 1.
Jeez.
Right. So I mean, this is an almost instant. Yeah, usually they give us some time because I think the 3-gun thing doesn't start till July. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think that starts till July 1st of next year. But the Glock ban starts January 1st, and of course, I'm sure there's going to be injunctions against it.
Oh yeah,
immediately. So
I saw
hopefully.
a post from another chain gun store saying that by October they don't see any new Glock. After October, they don't see anything else coming in because of this.
Yeah.
And so they're already anticipating the drop.
And so what's going to happen, of course, now Glock prices are going to go through the roof.
Of course, scarcity drives value.
Yeah. And again, when you tell an American you can't have something, they're going to run out and try and get 10. So,
if I may, this does not it will not prohibit private party transfers, and it does not affect Glocks that are already legally owned by private citizens of the state.
Okay, so there you go. So,
okay, thank you. And also, if anybody's on the fence about going to one of the auctions, we just went to the first one we've been to. It was so much fun. Driving up from San Diego didn't matter. It was a long day, but it was so much fun. You're in a great group of people. Everybody's in a good mood, and I can't wait to go to the next one. But when you talk about a man cave, don't forget, there's also things that can look really pretty in your wife's ears, on her finger.
Oh, you're good.
Firearms.
You're good.
Oh, and
shoot firearms.
And Christmas.
I just say.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you're thinking about it, just do it because it really, really is a fun day.
Oh,
thank you for joining us.
Kim, Christmas auction, the December auction, we always have more than the normal amount of jewelry. So we'll have probably 50 pieces. And we just got in a bunch of lithographs, all Western decor, absolutely beautiful stuff that just walked in. So there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff in December.
Well, we will see you, and we will be sending prayers up from San Diego for you this week.
Thank you, ma'am.
And we'll hear you when we hear you again. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Of course. Thank you, Kim. Take care now.
Man,
Take care.
just in time for Christmas. I mean, those are for your man cave or your she shed. You guys got a lot
I mean, they're
going on.
framed, matted, framed.
Wow.
Absolutely, really, really pretty stuff. Yeah, so that's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun auction to
Hell
do.
yeah!
And we don't even have to hurry. So.
Especially if we're supposedly doing 100 less than last time. It'll feel
150 actually, yeah. So it'll cruise right along, and we'll probably get done about the same time. Anyway, all right, let's jump over to. Oh, you know what? We got a line open. What's the number?
Hey, guys, call in 866-870-5752. Again, that's 866-870-5752.
All right, give us a call. Let's get to Christopher in L.A. Christopher, what can we do for you, sir?
Hi, Jeff. My prayers and thoughts are with you. Keep your chin up. You should be okay.
Okay, thank you.
I need a grain with some stopping power. I'm using a 380 for a personal carry, and the last one just got jammed up. Got a little problem, and
couple of questions for you. What pistol are you shooting?
The 380.
Well, that's the caliber. What
That's the
is
caliber.
what is the make and model?
Oh, God, what is it? It's kind of pretty. It's Smith & Wesson.
Like maybe a Walther PPKS?
Old school. It's old school. It's an old.
So if it's the old
380.
Smith was importing the PVK for a while, yes?
Yeah.
Which is okay. That's if that is what it is. Yes, they're very good looking guns. It look like the James Bond gun.
Yeah, chrome. It's all chromed out. Kind of,
Well, the first thing I would do is see if you can't find yourself some 380 Hydra shocks, Federal Hydra shocks. If your gun is not wanting or accepting a hollow point bullet, if it's jamming up on that, it could be the gun. It could sometimes it's the loose nut behind the trigger.
That is an antiquated design with a real steep feed ramp. So you might even consider polishing that out. But
Yeah.
they're very, very finicky over what kind. They're meant to shoot ball ammunition. That is round-nosed ammunition.
Yeah.
And they can be finicky with the hollow points, as Jeff suggests.
Yeah, so I would try and find some hollow
Do you know if the SIG, the new cruciform bullet the SIG makes, do they make that in a 380? Because that doesn't have a hollow point. It's still supposed to be quite effective. And that might feed better.
I don't know. I'm not in the retail store almost ever anymore.
Yeah.
So, but
frying bigger fish.
It's pretty. I mean, I love the gun, but it's kind of flashy. But
if it's the PPKS as we think, you said it's silver colored, so it could be stainless.
Yeah, chrome.
Yeah. Okay.
I got fancy, Jeff. I got fancy with them.
You know what?
Nothing
Maybe
wrong with
that belongs on somewhere in a nice shadow box or something like that, because there are just too many firearms out there that are so trouble-free and jam-proof.
Yeah, and then run out and get a Glock real quick before you
real quick, come on.
Jeff, that's not the point.
Yeah.
Did you ever work the grill when you worked at In-N-Out?
Oh, of course. I was an assistant manager, so I absolutely did that.
That's more stressful than that, or than working at Shakey's, I believe.
Oh yeah. Well, when I worked at In-N-Out, there was nothing. Later on in the 80s, they developed what was called the system, and this was a series of tickets that we would write on. One was pink for one lane, and one was green for the other lane, and we would write it down. When I worked there, hi, what would you like? Give me 2 cheeseburgers, one with onion, the other one no onion, no tomato, and add pickle.
No salt. No salt on patties. No salt.
And I had to remember every one of those. And then they'd start to say fries and drinks. Sir, we'll get you fries and drinks at the window. Thank you. And then and you remembered the whole time you're on that grill, you remembered everything.
That order was locked in there.
Yeah.
I remember my daddy would take us to the Baldwin Park one right there on Francis Skeeto.
Oh, yeah. That was number 1. Uh-huh.
Wow.
Is that number? Yeah. And wow, they don't make them like they used to, but they still love them. And 60s, do they still come around?
What's that?
Can you guys still get an M60 around?
An M60? No.
No.
They've been verboten for quite some time.
fell off a while
They
back.
actually do make a semi-auto version, and I'm pretty sure California would not be okay with that.
No.
I have seen them in other states. You can get full auto ones in other states, but not California.
But
you can't
can
have
you
it.
ship it back? No.
Back to where?
Back to California?
No.
You're coming and getting those
You
in.
guys won't do that? Or
No, yeah, California is so hinky about everything. You can't. You sneeze twice, and you're going to have somebody knocking on your door. So
Can I just make people out there vote? Please vote. Vote for your rights. You know, let me just tell people, hey.
And no on
you know,
50.
And way
no on 50. It's coming up. It's so important. I always tell people these little community votes. It starts in your community. Council votes, they matter. You know, oh, my vote doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't count. It does count. It does matter. People go vote. Exercise your right.
Absolutely, and I understand. I heard on Fox News this morning that
right for us to have.
Yeah, I heard on Fox News this morning that George Soros has just dumped a whole pile of money into the.
Piece of, you know what?
Yes, he is. And he dumped a whole bunch of money into the advertising of Prop 50. So
that guy's a piece of, you know what? And his son too. His son's a.
Well, he's a son of a.
He's a son of him.
Okay, Chris, we got to go.
I love you, man. We love you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks so much, brother. You do.
Thank you.
Bless
Take care.
Appreciate the
Bye-bye.
call.
Okay, hey, that opens up a line. Jimmy, what's that number?
Hey, let's go. 866-870-5752. Once again, 866-870-5752.
All right, in our second packed hour, I've got the. You remember a couple of weeks ago, I told you guys that I was getting a 1961 Ford Galaxy police car, and there was a whole bunch of voting as to whether I should make it a Mayberry car or an American Graffiti police car. So I've got the results.
Oh, drum roll, please.
Yeah. So we'll do that in our next hour.
Sweet.
Ryan, what do we got? 1 minute?
A minute and a half.
Minute and a half. Okay, so I guess we can vamp for a minute and a half.
Cool.
Let's see. Well, hopefully we get Leon. If you're out there, give us a call.
Oh yeah, it'd be great to hear from you.
Yeah, I got some news on. I got the Woody back this week.
You're talking about the car, right?
Yeah.
Is this on?
Yes. The 1950 Ford Woody. Thank you. Kind of a long story. I was a little disappointed. You know my mechanics, Louie and Vinny. And Louie had this one, and I was kind of bummed. I was expecting basically a running car that just needed to have some wiring done because the original motor had a generator in it, and the old flathead motor, and we put a 350 and a 350 in it, and I thought it was a complete motor. It's missing the carb. It's missing the distributor. It's missing the headers.
A rabbit hole.
Yeah, so I was kind of bummed. So I took it over to Vinny, and you think I was bummed. Vinny thought it was going to be a one-day job, and he just gave me a dirty look. But I got some stuff. I'll tell you guys about the Mustang, and you're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And I'll be back, or we'll be back in just a minute.
You'll be back too. Old Bart, good to see you in, my sister. Who else we got? We got everyone. Oh, Mariners took it. Looks like I think.
Yes, they
no
did.
Kidding.
Fred put that up. Thank you for keeping us up to date.
That's good news.
Jennifer Horn here, and the morning answer just hijacked.
Jeff Fouts over there. Bob, always great to see ya.
We still had some adherence on the black powder thing, Eric, man. Attack of the Wolf, Deer Creek, Kibler, Dixie Gunworks. They have all your black powder kit parts. You want to do a second and explain why it's difficult to carry black powder as a product in the store?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That's another part of the pain in the rear that it is.
Mm-hmm. Marcus Couris has prayers going out to you.
A lot of that.
What's that?
Prayers for
thank you.
Mark over there on YouTube.
I don't want to sound stupid, but I'm going to need them, guys. I don't want to put that out here, but I'll tell you guys.
Yeah. Could you please kind of sing 867-5309 Jenny Jenny
Oh,
in your radio voice?
in my radio voice? Oh, okay. All right, here we go. 8675309.
867-5309. Jenny Jenny.
Nine.
Kirk says, this is a show that enjoys guns, baseball, and horsepower. Randy Johnson doesn't need to own a gun. Has everybody seen the
Yeah, I was saying he can
film
blow
of
up
the
a bird at 60 feet 6 inches.
And it's not like there's parts.
Man. No.
Listen, the thing just explodes.
That poor bird. Yeah.
Yep. You think about that. When you could throw 90 miles an hour plus, and he was closer to 100.
Yeah.
You're literally a freaking dirt clod is a lethal weapon.
In Hell on Wheels, that's all they used was black powder.
Yeah. Hell on Wheels takes place in the interregnum between, I want to say, the Civil War and the 1873.
Yeah. And again, we're not knocking it, just not my cup of tea.
No.
I have shot a couple of matches when Classic Classic Cowboy was first a class, and I'm going back to 2003. It was supposed to be black powder only. So I went out and I got a Uberti 73 in 3840, and I got 2 Vaqueros in 3840/40 cal.
Those are pretty rare brace of pistols.
Yeah, and I had them loaded up. White Lightning Larry made me up enough for a match and some shot shells and stuff, and I shot the match using a Rossi exposed hammer back then, which are a nightmare to try and go quickly with if they've been untouched. And by the end of the day, I was grouchy, pissed off, and I was actually using a substitute. I wasn't using real black.
Substitute value is that it cleans a little bit easier.
Yeah,
but it's still a pain in the rear.
And the one that he used, you can actually have case space in. Can't be a bunch, but it can be some. Can't think of what.
But a 777 Pyrodex and what's
it was 777.
777 is also slightly hotter than black powder, so it doesn't take a lot to get a big boom out of that.
And he didn't put enough powder in, so unfortunately, my primers were backing out just a skosh. So I'm shooting one-handed, so it's like the first one, boom,
and then
from then on, it's boom.
It was a time saver.
Yeah, it was not fun.
I shot up at Old Cajon. They had a match once for black powder, and I think I had just won a world championship as a duelist, and I was cutting pretty wide and handsome. And they had a black powder match, and so I got me a bunch of black powder ammunition loaded up, and I thought, okay, I'm going to show these boys. I will never forget one of those damp, cool mornings. Fired that first shot through a doorway, and that was the last target I saw all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got the guys that could do that. Bless you, man.
Yeah.
Woof. But you know what? It is great fun. It's certainly period correct. But man, you could sure see why when smokeless powder came along. That's why everybody went there.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there was a whole lot of guys wanting black after smokeless came out.
Right. Although they used to inventory that stuff, black powder, up until, gosh, somebody probably knows the answer to that. But I know it was regular.
He's reading.
Regular inventory item until at least the mid to late 1920s.
Yeah.
Because there were so many guns out there which would not have been safe with smokeless powder, which, if you're listening, develops a slightly faster pressure spike and a hotter power curve. Say the words, Mark. Been a long day for me, buddy.
Yeah.
Been a long weekend for me.
Yeah, not me. It's been a month for me. God almighty. I can't wait for all this shit to be over.
When did pitchers stop working from the top of the mound?
What's that?
When did pitchers, old Bark wants to know, when did pitchers stop working from the top of the mound? The answer is the closer you can stand to home plate, the closer you'll stand to home plate. So instead of putting your foot on top of it, you put your foot next to it, and you're, in a game of inches, you're 4 inches closer to home plate.
Yeah.
So kind of always-ish.
When you're Randy Johnson and you're 6'9", by the time you're done, you're
Man.
on 38 feet from that home plate.
What's that great bit? Who is it? John Crook. He threw one inside of John Crook.
Yeah, at an all-star game. I remember
At an all-star
that,
game.
yeah. Oh, there you go. That man sweat on the wheel. And a voice in my head and that drive my heel. When my baby calls and I need you here. And it's 4:30 and I'm shifting gear. Sing that part in the back. No. Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And as we said earlier, we have some lines open. What's that number, Jim?
Yes, we do. You guys call in 866-870-5752. Again, that's 866-870-5752.
Okay, so, I always make promises to tell you about something later, and then I never remember. So, what was I talking about?
Cars with the
okay, here it is.
The bullet, number one with the bullet.
There it is right there, guys. That's of course, it's dusty as all get out, but
That's a large engine, sir.
That is a Coyote Gen 3, and it's just starting to get put in. Ooh. Yeah, with the 6-speed manual transmission. Yeah, that's it. Well, that's the day I got it. That was it. That's actually at the previous owner's driveway.
It's pretty, though.
Yeah, we've changed the rims. Of course, I got the correct rims on it, and we put a 9-inch, because it had an 8-inch. We put a 9-inch rear end in it, and it's got no interior, no glass, but we got a motor.
Hey, halfway there.
I think we can agree that's the most important part.
Yeah, so we've got the drivetrain just about in. We have to make some adjustments because the motor doesn't fit.
So, as you can clearly see, is there going to be a scoop on the hood?
I don't think we need one because it's fuel injected, so it's not real tall. It's just exceptionally wide. So the shock
cutting and welding.
Yeah, well, yeah, because the 68 had shock towers, so those are long gone, and we're going to have to open up some of the fender wells and some of the the transmission hump that goes down to, on the firewall. We're going to have to expand that backwards a bit. And
going to put a scatter shield in.
Scatter shield on a helmet. I'm ready to go.
Let's go.
I tell you what, let's get to our friend Sean over in Covina. Sean, how are you?
Oh, hey, Sean.
I'm doing good, and it's always good to listen to the Three Amigos and your posse at the Gunslingers.
Thank you, sir.
And I would like to say firsthand, Godspeed on your operation and recovery.
Thank you.
And you're like my big brother or my brother. So, if in the recovery, if you need someone to duct tape you into a chair to stop you overdoing it,
he's the guy you might consider that.
I've already explained to the doctors, well, the surgeons, whatever you call them, that you don't want to mess up because I have a couple of friends. Hey, Moose and Rocco, help the doctor find his wallet, will you?
You play baseball?
Anyway, what can we do for you, Sean?
Yes, well, I always love when you talk about six guns. I want to talk about your six guns and your style of shooting, and if we have time, maybe about our chart. But let's go about you. You're in SAS, and you're able to rapidly fire a six-gun, single-action revolver, and you can shoot it faster than most people can shoot double actions and even self-loading pistols, and you do it one-handed. Mm-hmm. Please tell us about your technique, and Mark, if you can tell us about your two-handed technique too, but I'm so interested about this, how you do it.
Yeah.
Well, what I do for one-handed, I'm a finger curler. Are you?
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So my pinky goes underneath for a little
lock
bit.
it under the grip.
Yeah, a little better balance. And then SAS, Single Action Shooting Society, a while ago allowed the Black Hawk style hammers.
This is a slightly lower hammer than what the original Colt had, or even the original Rugers.
Yeah, it's lower and fatter. So I lock my pinky underneath, and I keep my trigger pulled, and all I'm doing is cocking and letting go, and I can get 5 rounds out of with a 45 Vaquero in about 1.5 seconds. I mean, I don't think I'm pretty sure I'm under 2, but between 1.5 and 2 seconds. You know, at one single target, I can't do that sweeping, obviously, but I can get them out pretty quick. Guys like Mikey, he can do 5 rounds with the two-handed in about 0.04.
I think the record for 10 shots is under 2.4 seconds.
So
and that is drawing, firing 5 shots, holstering, pulling out the second pistol, firing 5 shots.
10. That's 2 guns.
Look up someone like Deuce Stevens or Smokestack on YouTube.
On YouTube.
And it's not a parlor trick because these guys are hitting what they're aiming at that speed.
Oh, you can hear them hit.
Yeah, this is not wax. This is real live ammo.
And we do it to shoot rapidly. What we do is what we call slip hammering, which is, as Jeff said, you hold the trigger back and you work the hammer while aiming at the targets.
Yeah, the aiming is kind of winging. When you're doing a sweep that quickly, you're not doing a whole lot of aiming. You're just kind of guesstimating.
Timing is everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's how you do it one-handed.
It's also
how I do it. Anyway.
Huge fun.
Oh yeah,
huge fun to grip when you. My double taps are.
All righty.
Okay, that is wonderful, and I always wanted to hear about. Now, if we have time, I'd like to talk about our friend Hugo Bouchard and James Paris Lee. When the Hugo used to run the Christian Sharps Rifle Company, and they were just on the precipice of coming out with the first detachable magazine rifle in the world, and that went out of business. Remington took them over, and both Paris Lee and Hugo were responsible for the detachable magazine rifle that Remington made. And the first one was in 4570, and it impressed a number of countries, including Britain and France, and that was quite remarkable. Paris was at the Lee, James Lee. He did a first magazine, and Hugo perfected it. So that's amazing. And have you ever seen the Remington rifles in 4570, the detachable magazine rifles, come across your auction? You must have.
Over the years, I've seen just about everything you can imagine, from matchlocks to wheel locks to duck foots. I mean, I have seen just about everything you can possibly imagine. So I'm sure nothing comes to mind off the top of my head, but I'm sure we've had them. We've had tons of Remington rolling blocks in 4570 come through over the year. So, anyway, Sean, we got to go. We have somebody world famous on the next line. So,
bring them on, and God bless you. And
Thank you,
like
sir.
that big brother. I never. Sorry about that, LW.
God bless you, Sean. Always great hearing from you.
Thank you, sir. Take care now. All right, let's bring on our one and only famous caller, Leon the Motorman.
There he is.
Oh, there we go. How are you, Leon?
World famous.
World famous.
What's going on, Leon?
How are you, Jeff?
I'm hanging in there.
Good. I just heard you talking about you got a police car and
oh man,
and then you're going to put this big engine and have to move the shock tower. You should explain that the Mustangs have where the shock absorbers that takes up part of the engine compartment. So
there you go.
You're going to stuff that big engine in there.
Mm-hmm. I knew I wouldn't have to because you'd call in and explain it for me.
Got to bait you out.
I love your show. You're doing a great job, and you start talking about cars. It gets me excited, as you know.
Well, of course, and like you always used to say, cars and guns are so hand in hand.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why it's always so fun when you come in and do the motor slingers.
Well, they're all mechanical. Everything's a mechanical thing, and my whole life's been around mechanical stuff. Mm-hmm. And I have weapons also, but it's all interesting. But you know more about it than I do. Mine is all motorized things. I love motorized things.
Well, yeah, but see, there's so much more to motorized than there is firearms. Firearms,
few more parts.
Yeah, only have a few, working parts, and with a car, there's just so many things. So
many different systems.
Yeah, and so it's always fun to listen to you go on this.
Well, it's been my whole life since I was a kid. I've never done anything else but cars. But I'm probably the only crazy person that's been involved with cars, boats, airplanes, motorcycles. I always want to know. I got involved with boat racing and how boats go fast. And
well, don't forget weed whackers.
Cars go fast, and I'm just a crazy Southern guy.
You are the motor man. If it hums, purrs, and it moves people, that's all you, Leon.
Well, Leon, so I was goofing around on eBay, and I typed in 1961 Ford Galaxy police car, and one popped up. And so we did a poll. Should I make it a Andy of Mayberry police car, or should I make it the one from American Graffiti? And, the one American Graffiti loses its rear end, so I wasn't too hip on doing that. But believe it or not, we had about 2,800 people write in, and it was about 90% Andy of Mayberry.
Hey.
Yeah, wow. Everybody loves Andy of Mayberry. So the Andy and Barney mobile, it's going to be. I'm going to have that painted on the door, but I'm going to get one of those magnet ones
that you can flop over.
Yeah, so I can, if I go to an American Graffiti thing, I can put that on it. And I'm not pulling the rear end out of any of my cars for anybody.
Nothing.
Well, if it was mine, I don't want to change the subject. I'd like to keep it a police car to help the traffic here.
Boy, hit those lights and find parking.
Right.
Slow the traffic down.
Yeah, I tell you, it's. I'm looking forward to it. I've been fighting with a company that promised to pick it up. It's been 10 days.
Ooh.
And they were supposed to pick it up absolutely 100%. Positively yesterday at noon.
Where's it located?
It's in North Carolina. And they
that'd be a nice collector, to be honest with you,
Right? I'm
interesting.
I'm going to leave it alone, yeah.
Well, it's real interesting. I worked with the Highway Patrol for quite a while, and then I drove a Highway Patrol car, and I would go on some of these city streets not city streets, it's highways where everybody go fast, and me, I'd have to keep the speed limit. That was my rules I had to go by, and watch all these big Corvettes and Ferraris, and so I have to slow down, and I'd pull over to the side and just turn my lights off and let them go. It was it's crazy. When they see a black and white Highway Patrol car, everything changes.
The only time Leon slows down is to look at other fast cars.
That's it. As he goes by them.
Right.
All right. Hey, Leon.
It's all fun.
Go ahead.
It's all fun. You're doing a great job. I love your show, and I just love talking about all the things you have, and I'm just excited the whole time you guys are on. So God bless you guys.
Thank you, sir. And these guys will be seeing you soon. I'm on hold. I'm waiting for, I have Kaiser, so it could be tomorrow or it could be sometime next year. Who knows? But as soon as they call, then I'm going, and then we're going to have you and George come in and do a Motor Slinger show. All right.
Well, I'll be in touch with you.
Okay.
A call, so I'll be in touch with you this week.
All right. Thanks, Leon. We'll talk to you later.
Great to hear from you.
All right. God bless you guys, and God bless all the listeners. I love you all.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye. All right. That was. It's always.
How fun is that?
All of us are grinning ear to ear every time Leon
It's an
comes.
automatic thing. As soon as we hear that voice.
Okay. Well, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Look on. You see? Oh yeah, you probably got on the computer.
Oh, on my screen, I don't have any of the actual feed up. I just have the comments up because it takes up so many slots on the screen. I'm just like jumping back and forth.
Eric says shooting guns is a big part of it, but so are transitions. Absolutely, transitions are free money, man.
Yeah,
the faster you can get guns in and out of the holster, move, get them shouldered.
There's lots of guys these days that shoot their guns slower because their transitions are so fast, and they're right up there with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, pieces to the puzzle.
George is now calling.
Hey.
And traffic is in the picture. It's moving pretty good right now. Where was that when I was coming down the Cajon Pass today?
I got on the 210.
Oh, it was brutal, wasn't it?
There was an accident right there.
Wait, what stretch?
Right after San Dimas, right on Azusa.
Yep.
Right around the gun shop.
Yep. .com.
It's kind of laid back, ain't nothing but a country boy that you can't hack. Early to rise, early in the sack. Thank God I'm a country boy. Didn't do me no harm, built me a family and working on the farm. Now filled with an easy country charm. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine life, got me old fiddle. When the sun coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Yeah! Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And anybody that's ever been to one of my auctions, you've heard me do that song many times.
Oh, yeah.
That's a John Summers song.
Yeah.
He's a local guy, and we've had the pleasure of having him sit in with us a couple of times.
No
and I'll
kidding.
tell you what, when he launches into that song, there is not a person in their seat.
I imagine not. I always break into it if we have like an issue, something, and we're just, dead air is just brutal.
Never worked for anyone.
Yeah, because people start getting antsy and then they start thinking, maybe I should get going. It's like, so I always break into that song.
And it gets everyone going.
Right? Everybody's stomping and clapping.
Yep.
I used to do that when I did the 4-H the Norco auction. Because between animals, you'd always get a minute or two where somebody's trying to catch the pig.
Hey, get back here, girl.
So I'd break into that song, and the whole crowd would be doing it with me. It was always a lot of fun. Hey, you know what? We had Leon. Now we got George.
George,
how are you, George?
George.
Hey, Jeff. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Hanging in there. What's going on?
Well, I talked to Leon earlier. I know he just called in, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to try to split our two calls between the breaks so we don't crowd too much.
There you go.
So anyway, best wishes to you whenever you do your procedure.
Thank you.
And I've been a Kaiser guy for quite a while, and they've always taken very good care of me.
Mm.
So I'm sure you'll be in good hands, buddy.
Thanks. On Friday, I went in to get angioplasty, I guess it's called. And I got to tell you, the little nurses there were just the sweetest things in the world. They took such good care of me. They were really, really sweet. Yeah, a couple of little Filipino ladies.
Hey.
I think the tallest one was 4'5".
They're the best.
Yeah, they were really, really sweet.
I formed a George fan club with all the nurses at Kaiser, so I'll put the word out from all my fans there to take care of Jeff when you get there.
Yeah.
I sure appreciate that. Thanks so much.
Yes.
And I've already threatened the doctor. So
wish you well.
Thank
Say
you.
hi to you and Jimmy and the whole crowd there. We love your show. You guys are doing a great job. And if Leon and I can do anything to help you, we can come in and do a show or something.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be glad to do it. And you guys are doing great. You don't need any help, but we're there to help you if you want it.
Well, absolutely. Like I said, the first week that I'm out, we'll have you guys in, and you two and these two, and you guys can have a blast.
Oh, man, we're going to burn this place down.
So, all right, George?
Boss is gone.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if cat's away, mice will play. There you go.
Sir.
All right, George. As always, thanks for the call.
Sounds good. Have a good night, buddy.
Take care.
God bless you, George. Always good. Oh, cool. Back-to-back calls from the Motor Slingers.
I tell you what, it's just like old home week.
Just like old home.
Ed in Riverside wants to talk about the car I'm building. What can we do for you, Ed?
Evening, Ed.
Good topic.
Well, I heard you describing what you're doing to your Mustang, and I wondered if you had any photographs posted any place.
Well, are you only a listener on air, or do you ever watch on the show on Facebook?
I'm just a listener on air. What should I to watch the show? What would I do?
Go to YouTube.com and look up
Gunslingers. The Gunslinger auctions on YouTube. If you're on Facebook at all, you can go to Gunslinger Radio, the Gunslinger Radio Show, and it'll come up. You'll see our symbol should be kind of.
It's the inside of a barrel.
Yeah.
So it's the lands and grooves.
Yeah, just like a 007 at the opening scene. You can kind of just put it together.
That's it.
But yeah, Gunslinger Auctions. If you type in Gunslinger Auctions, Gunslinger Radio Show, it should pop up. We should be one of the first ones. I think we got that name cornered pretty well. So,
All right. Well, thank you.
Of course.
I did have a question. You raised the interesting thing about hammer design on your single-action revolvers for cowboy action shooting. And, I had an early model Ruger Blackhawk in .30 carbine, and I sold it, which was not one of the smarter things I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
But it had what I thought was a fairly high hammer
Yes, it did.
hang on it. And I bought at a gun show a hammer for the Super Blackhawk, which has a much wider and lower tang, much easier to get your thumb on.
That's what these are based off
of. Would that be acceptable?
Yes, it is.
It is absolutely.
Yeah, they started doing this with mounted shooting because
they
those
have
guys
to shoot one-handed.
Yeah, they have to shoot one-handed, and because you're on the back of a horse, it's just much easier to grab that hammer than a standard hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And after a while, they just said, "Hey, you know what? It's already okay for mounted shooting. Let's just do it for ground shooting too." So they made it okay, and there's all kinds of different versions out there. There's the Montado, there's the Blackhawk, the Boogie makes his own.
Right.
So there's plenty of hammers out there
And I just sold off Scirocco's pistols, and they were hand cut. They were cut in welds.
Oh.
So there's a lot of ways around that.
Yeah, so
it makes handling the firearm a lot easier.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the Blackhawk is a fantastic gun, named after the Stutz car. By the way,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, think about Ruger when he was doing all these single actions: the Blackhawk, the Super Blackhawk, the Bearcat. Yeah, he named his guns after he was a Stutz guy.
The more you know. Look at us.
Yeah. So, anyway, okay.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
You betcha.
And I'm sure looking forward to hearing those motor slingers. You don't have a date set yet, though, right?
No, it's up to Kaiser. Like I said, it could be tomorrow, it could be this week, it could be next week. I don't know. It's just a matter of because I could drop dead tomorrow, but I'll be in by Thursday.
Hey, still got your schedule.
Yeah, this is dealing with Kaiser.
What's the issue there?
I don't want to get into issues because it's a personal thing. But anyway,
medical thing. But
yeah. Thanks for calling in.
God bless you.
All right, thank you.
Bye bye. All right, Linda in Burbank. Everybody grab a hold. How are you, Linda?
Evening, Linda.
I heard earlier you guys were saying that the left has George Soros funding them, and that's how they have all this money. Well, for the right, what about Elon Musk?
What about him?
What about Elon Musk funding?
I don't know that he's funding much of anything.
I was going to say, and he plays both sides of the fence.
Yeah, I mean, he gives a lot of money to both sides, so I don't know that he's a necessary backer of either side. Yeah. And again, this is a gun show, so thanks for the call.
God bless you, Linda. Be safe out there. Oh, over there on Facebook, Eric put up, shot my lineman, Great Plains Hawking. Hadn't removed the nipple in 20 years, but Kroll on it came out finally. I replaced the nipple because it needed replacing.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Got new nipples.
That's part of the erosion we're talking about with black powder.
Yeah.
But check everything periodically for screws, nipples, etc. They will freeze up, and sure will.
Oh yeah, black powder is.
And how do you clean black powder?
It's hot soap and water.
And what is hot soap and water going to do to your gun?
Rust the heck out.
Oh, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't.
All right, one of my favorite songs right here. All right, you know what, guys? We're in our last half hour.
Jeez, fastest 2 hours on radio.
You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we got a couple of open lines. Give us a call. In my hand.
Jennifer Horn here, and the morning answer just hijacked a bunch of town hall tickets, and we're going.
Town hall is I don't if I don't get called in, I guess we can still do town hall next week.
I will leave it open.
Yeah, I'm at the beck and call of whenever they say. I mean, they seem to be very concerned about getting me in quickly. But I haven't heard from him, so I don't know.
There's a lot of
and you, like I said earlier, let's just get the sucker going, get it done, get it over with, so I can start mending, so I can get back to
it.
Yeah, get back to my life.
You got more prayers out there.
Well, I appreciate them all.
Kirk says, Jeff, we need a photo shoot of you in your police car pulling Leon over.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah. I can't believe how many people liked the Andy Taylor car versus the American.
Man, that's a slam dunk.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it was so lopsided.
Oh, that's cool. People love a classic.
I just got to find Opie and Aunt B and
just pop them in the back.
Yeah.
Get some fishing line and get on down. Get some fishing line.
Let's
and some
go
pie.
to the fishing hole and don't forget your fishing pole.
That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network.
Melissa over there on Facebook said Jeff's procedure will go swimmingly. E.g., my father had an angioplasty and it worked out well. My dad was much older than Jeff is now, so you got a lot of positivity going in.
Thank you. Well, Saturdays at the Orange Store, we always get what I call the grumpy lunch bunch. We get a pile of old guys come in and. Just about
every scars.
Yeah, just about every one of them had the same scar I'll be having soon, and they're all 20, 30 years since they had it done, and they're all doing fine. So I'm sure
It's like a cool tattoo.
The stopping of the heart, I'm not all that hot over, but that's what they got to do to replace a thing. So
hopefully you'll just be under, wake up, everything's gonna be great. Like you just wake up and know that it's all done and behind.
Well, you know me, I'll wake up in the middle of the procedure and tell them how to do it anyway.
Hey!
Little of a left there.
Yeah, don't laugh. That happened to me when I had my tonsils out.
Oh.
They didn't quite put me under. I was awake through the whole thing. For the angioplasty, I told them I don't want to be put out, and I was awake through the whole thing. When I had my, when they did the thing on my foot, the guy came in to give me gas. I said, "What are you doing here?" "Well, I'm going to put you." I said, "They're numbing me from the knee down. I'm not going to feel a damn thing. Don't worry about it." Well, they made me sign a thing saying that I'm refusing. It's like, you ain't putting that shit on me. So I watched the whole thing on a
That's cool.
on a video.
I like video.
It was trippy.
Yeah. They said you need a vintage siren and light too to go along with it.
To go on the car.
Oh, it's already got the bubble in the front. I just need the two on the sides. Yeah, but see,
Rank ones.
Andy's car only had the bubble in the middle. The graffiti car had the bubble in the middle and the two horns on each side. So I think I'll get those magnet and just thump them on there.
Have Gomer and Goober checked out your Mayberry Patrol car yet?
Goober says, "Hey."
I'll keep that running.
Hey.
Morning off to school. The teacher is teaching the golden rule. American history and practical math. You're studying hard, hoping to pass.
Yeah.
Who's gonna finger right down to the bone? The guy behind you won't leave you alone. Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here.
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
I mean, can you believe this? Once upon a time, we were just this itty-bitty little show on another station.
An hour show.
An hour show. Now we're a 2-hour show on the entire state of California and in Arizona and Nevada.
And go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, and we're reaching so many people out there online.
Yeah.
Like our viewership on all the platforms on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, and on X. Man, you guys are blowing it up. Keep watching, keep liking, keep subscribing, and keep sharing because you guys are really. I'm watching the subscriber count on all the platforms just climb and
Up and
climb
up
and
and up and
climb,
up and
and
up
we
and up.
couldn't do this without you guys.
Yeah,
It's fun to
absolutely.
watch. I was in Las Vegas over the weekend, as you well know, and I was amazed at how many people Know the Show.
Really?
That came out. There were a lot of people. What? You're that guy from the show? We love that show, man. You guys are great. Seriously. So to the entire staff, thanks, man. Mark and Don, Darnell and Jason. You guys, thanks, man. Maybe weekend.
Very cool.
You got fans, buddy.
Well, we got fans, but yeah. And you know what? I hate that word. We got friends.
We got friends.
Yeah, we got.
Very
we
well
don't,
said.
We don't have fans. We got friends.
We got a family out there, some friendly family.
There you
I
go.
love it.
There you go. Let's get to Lynn in Cyphers. Is that
Cyprus?
It says Cyphers. Oh, now it says CRPR.
Or
Cyprus.
she's a code breaker.
There you go.
Cypher.
Lynn, what can we do for you?
Evening, Lynn.
Hey, it's Lynn from Cyprus.
Okay, very good.
We get what we have on the screen.
Yeah, it now says CRPRUS.
I should have spelled it for him.
Yeah, he is a young guy. What do you?
There's no spell check in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, your friend Lynn. Okay, kind of two things, but the first thing I was going to say is I had to get on the phone for a moment, and I came back and I was like, what did he say? Surgery? I want to know why you need surgery and what's going on.
Well, you know, I kind of don't want to discuss it on the air, but should I just blow it out? I have to have open heart surgery because I got a clogged artery that's and it's the so-called widowmaker, which I absolutely hate that word now, by the way.
Yes, sir.
I got a 90% clog on that particular artry, so they're going to get in there and remove that or whatever the hell they do and give me a new one. Yeah. So, you know.
Yikes. I'm going to pray for you because I actually have the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I have one of my arteries is clogged, but I go to my cardiologist on Friday and I say, can you do surgery? And he goes, not yet. It's not severe. It's still moderate. So, Jeff, I'm taking like 250 milligrams of blood pressure medicine a day, plus 2 other pills. And I'm like, dude, I can't live like this. That's not bad. But you know what? I know a few people that have had that. And as soon as that is done and you start recovering, you're going to feel like the $6 million man.
Well, thank you.
You're going to be able to breathe good. You're going to be able to do good. And well, I believe
it's
that's
funny.
all good.
The day after my last auction, I woke up with the worst back pain, and I knew what it was because I was a roofer for many years, so I get back pain. And I had this horrible pain, and it was really high. Normally it's low, but this one was really high, and it was shooting through to my chest. And I got up that morning. I was like, oh man! I got in the shower, went away. I was like, okay, on with my day. And then the next day I woke up, it was a little more severe. And then Tuesday I got up and I was like, oh man, this is bad. And but same. It's like I got in the shower, it went away. Okay, I got on the heating pad, went away.
Just a muscle, right?
Yeah. And so I didn't think too much of it. And then later that day, I had to go up one flight of stairs. Well, I walk 5 miles a day, so one flight of stairs, I could care less. Well, I went up that flight of stairs and I got up to the top, and I'm breathing heavy. I'm like, this is not right. So I got home and I'm on acreage, on the Gunslinger Ranch, and I had to carry about 50 pounds down to the barns, and it's almost a quarter mile of a walk. I carried that thing down there. I set it down. I felt fine. I was like, it's nothing. It's my back.
It'll pass.
And then within 30 seconds, I'm clutching my chest. I was like, oh boy. And the wife was right there, and we're like off to the emergency room. And believe it or not, I'm still getting the back pains. And I think the back pain is what exposed this, because what I have is irregular heartbeat now. But I've had this my whole life. It's like it's almost like ginger ale in your chest, and it's like, it's just a little flutter feel, and it goes away. And man, since a little kid, I've had this. So I think this is probably something I've had my whole life. It's just now it's time to fix it.
Yeah.
And, luckily for me, the back problem kind of accentuated it. So I think the good Lord was looking out for me and said, hey, dude, because he knows I'm too damn stubborn to just go to the doctor.
I'm going to give you one problem to find the other one.
I'm going to fix you, Jack. Watch this. And so, he did it through my back.
Yeah.
So.
I think that God had his plan to say, hey, check, this back pain and figure it out, and then show you what you had, because I'm 68, and they just discovered mine a few months ago, because my doctors always thought I just had high blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And then they discovered this, and I'm like, I can't walk more than 5 or 10 feet without huffing and puffing. And I walk somewhere, and they go, "Oh, you didn't have to run in." And I said, "Dude, I can't run.
Yeah.
I said, I can barely walk in, and I miss so much."
With
So
me, I could literally walk 5 miles right now. I'm not tired.
That is so weird. You can walk, and yours is more severe, and I can barely walk, and mine is like a moderate.
That's why I kind of wonder if this isn't something I've had all my life, and my body's just used to it.
Yeah, just gotten used to it.
You know, it's just that over time, and I mean, if I feel this good now, can you imagine how good I'm going to feel?
Geez, Roto-Rooter.
Working 4 hours.
Yeah, I wish I could start jogging, but my knees say no.
Don't push
I'm going to say, you know what? You do the surgery because I think that's the best thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that once they get your pipes cleared out, you're going to feel so great. You're going to be able to breathe. You're going to be able to do everything, and your back won't hurt. And because the next thing would be like, you remember John Ritter.
Oh yeah.
Even though he had a heart problem, all of a sudden, film, he fell over dead. I know a guy I worked with for over 30 years, and all of a sudden he's like, boom. One day he's all great, next day, oh yeah, this heart condition. We didn't know it. The doctors never found it.
Yeah.
And he died.
A dear friend of mine.
They're finding it now.
Yeah,
they're finding it. So I'm so glad, because we love you, Jeff. And
thank you.
I've been listening to you, for forever. I mean, I've called you several times, and oh my gosh, I just was like, what happened? No, nothing can happen to you. I'm like praying all the way when I'm on hold. Oh my gosh.
Well, you can keep praying. It won't hurt my feelings.
Absolutely.
Oh no, it's all great, and I'll pray for Kathy too. So another thing is,
because she's more of a mess than I am. I can tell you.
Yeah, I can imagine. My next question was, I know Rick wasn't there tonight for the show, but I want to find out, is there any way that I could contact him and say, can we get a petition going so they do not ban our Glocks?
It's too late.
We did not hire Newsom to come ban our guns.
I know.
Yeah. We hired him to oversee everything's fine, but he's changing so much. I just want to kick him in the rear a little bit.
Well, CRPA.org is how you get a hold of them.
Here's the problem: the government worked exactly the way it's supposed to work. You elect people, they pass laws, government signs them. In this case, we elected the wrong people.
Yeah.
Well, he's not supposed to make laws. He's supposed to just oversee.
Yeah.
And I know he's doing all this crap illegally, and I'm always out there telling people I know on 50. And even when I'm sitting at a red light and I see somebody slender down, I go, vote no on 50. And then, so I'm always yelling at them. And so, I'm like, just so they get that in their head, because these politicians are not here to make laws. They're here to enforce the ones we have and keep us safe.
Yeah, well.
And
time for a change, folks.
I think I'll contact Rick tomorrow.
Okay, very good. Lynn, we got to go. Thanks for the
I'll
call.
him up and see what's happening.
Okay, very good. Thanks for the call. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Lynn. God bless you.
Thanks for waving the flag.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
And he finally got Cypress up there spelled right.
Hey, nailing it in there. No, but it's time for a change, guys. He's Newsom's just setting it up for whoever he thinks is going to take over his fiery throne.
And this went through the House and Senate before it got to him.
It did exactly. The system worked the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to erect. You can't just focus on the governor. You have to elect the
all of them.
As you say all the time, man.
Yeah.
Everybody in the Assembly, everybody in the Senate.
Yep.
If they're not doing what the people need or want, get rid of them.
We need to break that supermajority in half.
Yep. Quick.
Okay. Well, what else we got going?
Yeah.
This past week was the SAS National Championship.
Yes, it was.
And that's called Land Run, and it's held in Oklahoma, and I believe they had about 600 shooters.
That's a pretty darn good turnout, fairly good representative.
Heck
And
yeah.
we like this because there are a lot of shooters from the other side of the country that we don't get to see on the other side of the Mississippi that are freaking great shooters, and it's tough for them to make it sometimes out to the World Championship, which is currently in Phoenix, Arizona, right?
Yep.
Although some people do manage to get on airplanes and fly over from Norway and Sweden. Anyway,
I think he's trying to make a point there.
Anyway,
Not too far for some.
Congratulations to the Cumberland kid who overall men's by slightly less than a second over Missouri Lefty.
And both are what?
Both are gunfighters, and we could fact check this. I think this is the first time a gunfighter has ever won a major, and the first two positions, like you said.
Go ahead and quickly just
where the gunfighter, that is,
Yeah.
they're shooting duelist with one gun in each hand, so they're cocking, aiming, and firing with one gun in each mitt.
Yeah, and SAS law or rule, you cannot shoot them at the same time. So it's not bomb, bomb, bomb. It's bomb, 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 bomb.
Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Yeah, if you want to see something spectacular, watch these guys sometime on YouTube or something.
Yeah, look up gunfighters at SAS or anything
guys
like
that do it like our friend Moose. They go so fast with this that you just go, wait, what?
Honestly,
it's over already.
And they don't have. We talked about transitions and how you have to pull a gun and aim it and fire it, then holster it and pull another gun. They have both out at the same time. So if you can run a firearm with that dexterity, you're saving yourself a second holstering and unholstering, but you're firing the gun with one hand.
Yeah, building the muscle memory for that sounds like it's
and you got to have that left hand and right hand working together. Anyway, also a shout out to the female overall winner, Midwest Hale, who is a friend of the show.
Yep.
And we're hopeful we can get one or maybe both of them on the show at some point.
We'll see if we can get that done. So, all right, you know what, guys? We're coming up on our last segment.
man.
If you want to get a call, what's the number?
Call in, guys. Almost over. 866-870-5752.
Give us a call. We'll be back right after this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. She rips. That was a good shout out on that.
Hey, I got a request. It's from Craig Hanston, who is also Big Jake, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, did you read my comment last week about the cars of the movie Hollywood Nights? 57 Chevy sedan, delivery pie wagon, Cobra versus yellow 57 Chevy with blower.
Yeah, that's Project X is what that car is called, actually. Yeah. Craig, I've seen some of it. You know, I've seen so many of those so many times. I don't think I watched the whole thing. He sent me one on American Graffiti too, and that thing was so full of inaccuracies. It was like, the internet. It knows everything. Unfortunately, it doesn't know jack or shit.
Yeah, and Jack left town.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite lines from the Army of Darkness, the third Evil Dead movie. He's like, "You're the king of two things right now, Jack and shit, and Jack left town."
This is my boomstick. Proud bragger tried to put me down. I don't remember the words.
Hey.
Kill him right away. What's the matter, buddy? Ain't you heard of my school? We're number one in the state. Go to your school, just like you are to your girl. Be true to your school now. Let your banners fly.
Rah, rah, sis, boom, bah, baby.
Did anybody write any more fun songs than the Beach Boys?
Honestly.
I tell you
there
what.
was joy in those lyrics.
Absolutely. And just about every one of their songs just makes you smile. And you know what? Somebody wants to talk about bumper music, and it's Brent in LA. Brent, what are you doing?
Shalom, Brent.
Shalom, you chickada, Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Gunslinger.
Woo-hoo. What's going on, Brent?
I didn't know the chickada was for the what you're doing on the
for auction. Lots of guys. Actually, as a joke, one time my cousin is a huge Honeymooners fan, and what was Ralph famous for? Hamina. And that fit. All right, here we go. We got 200 Hamina. And he was out there. He's spitting coke all over everybody in front of him. Anyway, what's going on, Brett?
Well, first, Jeff, concerning your upcoming medical challenge, may God grant you a quick, complete, and easy healing. And to all MAGA listeners, pray and petition God to protect you so you can keep protecting the rest of us.
Well, thanks for that, Brent. I appreciate it.
Boy, that's a great thought. How nice it is when you believe in God, and how nice it is to have that in your corner. Because otherwise you're just going in for a procedure. I hope the doctor's sober.
Yay, that'd be kind of nice.
It is Kaiser now.
I'd like to see
Well,
her.
we do have to remember it's always God who actually is doing the healing, but we want to have a competent doctor so he doesn't mess it up.
You pray for all of it.
And I just assume God didn't need me right now.
Hey, you got
hopefully I can hang out for a while longer.
All in his time.
Yeah, we need you to hang out.
Yeah.
And also, I was thinking, since YouTube rudely limits your bumper music playtime, how about you guys just cut out the middlemen, bring in your guitars and accordions, and do your own Gunslinger songs. And then you can assemble your tunes into an album and monetize them on YouTube.
You know, when you listen online, you just hear me with nothing. And Kevin put together a clip of me, and he finally gave me some reverb. And I tell you, I got the biggest kick out of that, because when I hear it back, I have to speed through it because it's just me dry and, with nothing.
No accompaniment.
Yeah, so it was so fun to hear, and it's like, hey, I actually don't sound horrible.
Like production.
I'm not going to say I sound good, but it don't sound horrible. So.
Remember the first time you ever heard yourself on a cassette recorder and you went, oh, no.
That's me?
And what is the thing everybody does?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The first thing, your first recording, everybody puts the uber vibrato into their voice. All right.
Elbow forward.
Yeah. I mean, Cher's still doing it and making a living. But anyway, so, no. I appreciate it, Brent, but that's a lot of work.
Gunslinger's Greatest Hits,
I was thinking,
Volume 4.
Wasn't that your original career? And I was thinking Gene Autry, Roy Rogers, Tex Ritter, and Ted Nugent did great using that business model.
Well, fair enough. And I've had more careers than you could shake two sticks at. So, I mean, gun shop owner, musician, tanning salon owner,
Roofer.
pizza, roofer. Yeah, I've been several different versions of construction over the years. Drywall taper with my friend Pat. I mean, you name it, I've done it. Anything to make a living and not have to work for somebody else. And of course, I started out at In-N-Out.
Yeah.
My very first job at the San Gabriel Valley Tribune at 10 years old, delivering papers. Yeah.
Lompoc Record, Paper Boy of the Month, right here, baby.
There you go. Yeah, 6 a.m. and 4 p.m. That was it on my Schwinn.
That's amazing.
That where you got that throwing arm?
That was it. Yeah, I tell you. So, anyway, well, Brent, we may or may not see you at next weekend at the. If I get in to get the surgery, we won't be there. But if they blow me off for the full week, we will be there live next Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. All the best, and we'll be getting together soon somehow anyway.
All right, very good. Brent, as always, thanks for the call.
God bless you, Brent. Good to hear from you.
God bless you.
Take care now. Well, we got a few minutes. Go ahead.
I want to get this real quick. Kirk says, like Reagan said after the assassination attempt when he was in this is a famous story, but it's a good one. He was in the operating room. He said to the doctor, please tell me you're a Republican. Which is what the guy legitimately had a great sense of humor. To which the doctor did reply, today, Mr. President, we are all Republicans.
Hey.
So let's...
Well, I won't say his name, but the doctor that did the angioplasty on me, he came in and he says, what do you do for a living? Because I always put auctioneer. Mm-hmm. Because you
don't know what you're going to get.
Right. And so he says, what do you do for a living? I said, well, I'm an auctioneer. He goes, yeah, but what do you sell? As I look down, I notice I'm wearing a Gunslinger Auctions t-shirt. I'm like, oh. And I go, well, we sell firearms. And he goes, do you know where I can get a good safe?
Yes, okay. I do.
Thank you. You're the guy.
I just happen to know a place where you can get those. Yes, I do. So, there's a lot of closeted firearms fans in.
Oh yeah,
in the country. So.
Absolutely. I'm working because I'm volunteering with the Sun's marching band and stuff, and they're asking me, "What do you do? What do you do?" Oh, I do a little of this, a little of that, and they're like, "Yeah, but what's kind of going through most of your day?" I'm like, "Well, I do a radio show," and like some of the guys said, they've heard of it already,
right?
They're already tuning in now. Like I believe his name is Jeff as well. If you're tuning in, let me know. Let me know you saw it. But no, we are growing all over the place and from under rocks and all that, and they want to start kind of educating educating, like we got the call earlier. They want to start educating
How to educate the youth.
The youth, and that's where again, I think I've said this almost once a week. It always starts at home, guys.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are the first teachers of safety, of right-minded thinking, and not just right-minded, but right-minded thinking at home. And you have to be the guide at first, so the brainwashing cannot happen,
Or it stops when it hits the threshold.
Well, and, a lot of people, and I've been saying this because I've been a gun shop owner for 28 years, and the worst possible thing you can do with a firearm is stash it.
Yeah.
I raised 4 boys. I took them all to the range very young. I got them all used to it. And anytime I'd get something new and they'd want to hear it, I'd always put it right on the table in front of them. Obviously unloaded. I'd watch them pick it up, check to make sure it's unloaded. And all you do is, what do you want to know? And you know what happens? They get bored with it.
Oh, yeah.
And
Take the forbidden mystery away from it.
But when you go, see this, don't look at it. See this, don't ever touch this. Well, boys are boys, and they're
Tell
going
a
to
13-year-old that.
it's not going to happen. We got a quick phone call. Debbie in Whittier. Debbie, what can we do for you?
Evening, Debbie.
Hi. Okay, so you're having a heart procedure?
Yeah, I have to have a open heart surgery on.
What? That's crazy. What day is this?
I don't know yet. I'm waiting for a call to get an appointment to go in and get it done.
Okay, so I've got 2 minutes to pray for you right now.
Amen.
Let's do it. Let's just all us MAGA slinger motor gun. Lord, I just lift up Jeff to you, and I ask that you'd heal him. Jesus, you are the great physician. You are our healer, and we know. And I'm right there with all of our brothers and sisters out there in radio land. Father, we just want this man around, and he's under too much stress, too much pressure, working too hard. Carry his load for him, but clean him out, and may the next scan or whatever however they look at him, may it be clear, and may the doctors just marvel at your hand on his life. So we ask for healing, and if not that way, that Father, you would just give him a successful surgery. And thank you for these 3 amazing men and their guests. We love them so much, and I ask all this in Jesus' holy name. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
That's very
I
sweet.
want to keep going, but I'm like, stop it.
We're almost out of time anyway. Debbie, thanks so much.
Thank
I
you,
really
David.
appreciate it.
Amen. God bless you.
We love you guys so much, and we just need you to just keep on coming back. But also, your wife, your kids, they all need you. So you just, you're going to be okay, and hang in there, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
And I like Brent's idea too. I was thinking the same thing. Why don't you just bring your guitars and knock out the songs for us sometime?
You know what? One of these days we'll do that.
Let's do that, because I'll tell you, Jeff can bring
a
it.
lot of us would love that.
All right.
Take
Thanks.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh,
I'm wearing my prayer
pretty sweet.
work sweatshirt right now. So if anyone online, this is
so
a
sweet.
prayer in public
Honestly,
places. It works.
and that's not the only place. There's a lot of it online here too.
Well, I tell you, we have the best listening audience out there.
Again, it's not just an audience. You guys are a family. We couldn't do this without you. We love you so much, and thank you for all that you guys do for us. Absolutely. Wow.
I don't even know what to say after that.
Another week is wrapped
Usually
up, and you'll have news next week.
I'm so used to getting yelled at.
Hey. Yeah. Power of prayer is real, guys, and it's powerful. So just keep them coming, and we'll all be thinking and praying for you throughout this week until we get the good news about everything that being done for.
Yeah, I hope it's this week. The waiting is just brutal.
The hardest part.
Oh yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I want to get this over because I got into trail in the end of February. I got to be ready for that.
Right.
They're going to cut my chest open. It's going to be a little painful shooting a shotgun.
Yeah, you need to be healed up.
Yeah, I need, and me, I always excel. So there's an over and under on how many days to get till I'm back at work and how many days that I'm going to be in the hospital. I'm going. The guy said 4 to 5, and I'm said 3 tops.
This is like the Google Maps, right? It says 52 minutes. I can do it. Less than
Challenge
that.
accepted.
I can do better than that. Guys, don't forget to smile. It's just little curves. Sets a lot of things straight. Want to thank Leon and George for calling in. And I don't know when I'll see you, but we'll see you soon.
Love you guys. God bless you.
Thanks, all of you.